machine pulling me into the hole. It's unstable, but it's all I've got. Right into the fire, give it one last shot. Cyberbike, death machine, born in the dark. Grinding hell, I can feel the spark. Living the dream, unstable ride. Death trap waiting up for this line. I'm nothing from nothing, made it my own. But this death machine's got a mind of its own. Unstable, power, feel it break apart. But I'll ride this camp straight into the dark. I'm living the dream, but it's out of control. A death machine pulling me into the hole. It's unstable, but it's all I've got. Run into the fire, give it one last shot. Cyberbike, death machine, born in the dark. Grinding metal, I can feel the spark. Live in the dream, unstable ride. Death trap, we no place to hide. I built it from nothing, made it my own. But this death machine's got a mind of its own. Unstable, power, feel it break apart. But I'll ride this camp straight to the dark. I'm living the dream, but it's out of control. A death machine pulling me into the hole. It's unstable, but it's all I've got. Right into the fire, give it one last shot. Cyberbike, death machine, born in the dark.
The first thing I want to do is make the bike wider at the base. Hopefully this will stop it tipping so easily. Then onto my balancing idea. I am making a pendulum setup to balance the bike at slow speeds. Pretty hectic drilling into this case with the battery in here. It's so tight I can't get it out, but I put a bit of plastic behind. And I've made some mounts for this thing, which you will see working shortly. And needs to be pretty strong, so I weld it nice and hot on 170 amps AC. Yes, I have an overhead gantry crane in my shed that can lift my battery for me with a controller, electric powered. Oh man, living the good life now. Okay, sorry guys, it's raining pretty hard in my little shed. Now I'm talking about gyroscopes, but it's raining really loud, so you can't really hear anything I'm saying. So basically when you move back and forth, you get gyroscopic precision, but it would need to be a huge gyroscope for this build to work. James Bruton has done a lot of videos on gyroscopes. There have been quite a few gyroscopic balanced vehicles over the years, but an electronic gyroscope could be the answer. These hoverboards work really well and might do what I want. So I bought a cheap second-hand one, had a bit of fun riding on it actually. I was riding it everywhere and using it to work in the shed and to drive my ute. Whoa! Woohoo! Oh, yeah. Now Joel's having a go. What? No way, man. What's inside? Here we go. Oh yeah, electric stuff. What a surprise. What's in this side? More electric stuff. Okay, where I'm up to now, I've just pulled these wires out. These are the 3-phase wires, which go to the little hub motor. This here's the Halifax sensor wire, I'm guessing. And it goes through to here, so I'm going to pull this through. Battery's hardwired into it. Cool. Oh no, oh we've got, look. We've got an XT60 connector here. Nice one. I found all this wire and the row spin at work, so this will be perfect for lengthening my Halifax sensor wires. But I've got to cut it all out of the insulation. Love the heat shrink. So, it took me ages, but I've lengthened all the wires. I've got the 2 hoverboard motors here and here. Let's see what happens. So I'll just use them both together like this, but I need them to both go the same direction. I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I could swap the phase wires, but I'm not sure if that will work because I know you can have issues with that. But I think if I just turn this board around, I'm pretty sure that this is the balancing board. That would work, right? Makes sense in my head. There, I managed to pull off a sweet 180 with this board, so let's have a go. And now they're going the same way. But they're out of alignment with each other. I'm going to have to tune them together. I've drilled and tapped this piece of angle iron, and I've mounted these hub motors onto it. There we go. Now what I need to do is 3D print some parts for here and use a chain to connect them together. This is what the motor looks like on the inside. All of these phase wires will go to different sets of coils. From what I understand, there's magnets around the outside. I thought these had a planetary gear in them, but this one doesn't. And then this must be the Hell Effects sensor. I think they are those little things there. But there's my 3D printed part. Little sprocket and a plate that'll attach to there. Let's get that set up, eh? Drilling out the circuit board here. I think this is the ESC. I'll mount that on the battery. M6 tap through here, so I can stack that ECU on top of this battery. That should be alright. And then I can pivot the whole thing on here, so I have my tilt balance, if that makes sense. You guys will see. You'll understand later. That 3D printed piece is now in here. I've managed to put all of the stuff onto one of the hoverboard sections, so made the whole thing a lot more compact. It took ages. And also I worked out I can run both the motors off the one board. So these are the electric gyros or internal measurement sensors or something like that, but I don't know what they are. Anyway, they do balancing things, and they must send a signal out, and I took the signal off one of them and joined it into the other side of the speed controller. So now they should both work off the one gyro. There we go, this is starting up. And now they move exactly the same. Perfect. It's very sensitive. I hope it doesn't get into a weird oscillation or something. I'll keep tidying it up. Just setting up my little aluminium panel here. I've got the on button and my charging port, and there's a little indicator light there. 3D printed this little part here to hold the chain. Hopefully it will be strong enough. So heaps of time has passed. I've been slaving away on this thing. I've gone through quite a few different tries trying to get this thing to work. I've got a shock here out of a Toyota Hilux. Back to the battery, I've got two springs here and here. Then down to my hoverboard parts, which goes back and forth. I've got a spring on there to tension that. I'll tell you what, the whole thing's been a bit of an ordeal. I think one of the main problems is that this tyre is not rounded enough. I've tried cutting the tread off it to make it rounder. I wonder if I could skid it round. Will that motor spin a big 35? Well, I think it will. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite a bit more rounded off now. It's not actually going to lean over very far, so it's looking pretty good. I'll do some more. But yeah, that's fun for the first 5 seconds, but it gets old after a little while. I scored some of this stuff from the rubbish bin, and I'm just going to go through and tidy up the cab a little bit here, because she's a bit of a death trap in there. Alright, that's a lot better. It was way out. That wouldn't have been helping anything. Took quite a bit to bend this. I've got a jack underneath here and I'm just trying to hammer to twist it. A dirt bike swing arm would bend if you did that, and I think this is probably stronger because of how thick this rib is. I'm going to work underneath it, but it will be fine because this beam has a safe working load of 4,250 kg, so we're good. So this is a view from underneath. There's the front wheel up there. This is what raises and lowers the front wheel, but the chain came off because the nut fell off. So I put some Loctite on that, and I'm just going to put the chain back on. I've got a guard on there now to protect myself from getting tangled up in there. That wouldn't be pleasant, would it? The steering's working pretty good now. I've just moved and adjusted everything, so everything's steering quite well now. Very happy with that. I took a break from the difficult stuff and make some cosmetic panels from aluminium and also a front window so the dirt won't flick in, and strengthen the top hatch area ready for the next test. Windy. The bottom bars actually dig into the ground a lot more than I thought they would, and it makes it tip. It's not going so well. It's a lot more pleasant to tip over now because I've put some extra padding inside. Turn on the balancing thing. As I steady the bike out, it'll move over. I'm supposed to throw it back. It does kind of work. It's just not good enough, and it doesn't respond quickly enough. So I put a shock in there to slow it down, and then I put the springs in there to self-center. One of them's broken out though from the crash. So I've had to bust out Jackie Chan here because the old side slew on the crane's a little bit hard to operate. So pulling the jack out was quicker. I'm going to pull the battery and I've got myself an idea. If any of you guys are getting into TIG welding, get yourself one of these bigger cups like this. This is a thupper cup. They've got a bigger diffuser lens in them, so they disperse the gas really nice, and you get really clean welds. I haven't even ground the scale off the steel here, and it's still welding really nice. Pretty much always, if you're getting porosity, it is the gas flow. Bad material can be a culprit as well, but usually you can weld over a little bit of mill scale and stuff if it's getting good gas. It's a tech tip for today. It's about 7 o'clock on a beautiful Saturday morning. Wonder if the wife and kids are awake yet. Hey, I'm going to do some more cutting, so I'm going to have to get you to wear these. Hey, come on man. It's for your own safety. Put them on. Okay, we have a bit of a setup, see if it works. Oh, Nelly! Gets a weird oscillation going. It works fine at slow speed. Tries to keep it upright. I think the springs are the problem. I think it needs to be a direct drive. Got the 3D printer to make me a bracket to connect instead of the springs I had, but I'm not even going to use it. I came up with a better idea. Alright, I've got a bit of a different setup going on now. There's the pivots, those are connected straight to the chain, which is connected straight to the hoverboard motors. I'll show you that working in a minute. I've just relocated the battery to behind the seat. I've just bolted it through to the seat and I'm just wiring it up now. Don't really like doing this part. Oh, always sparks like that. Must be some big capacitors somewhere. In case I haven't been clear, this battery is for this motor. The battery for this motor is up in the front there. And look, it just catches itself now. And then I can manually twist it as well, like this. There's this plate here. I've drilled a whole bunch of holes so I can adjust the height, and this little bolt I can use to move the whole control unit, and that twists me left to right. So cool. And when I let it go, it just self-centers itself. Perfect. You can see pretty clearly. Okay, this is legit first test ride with a setup. If there is uneven ground, the wheels twist automatically to keep me upright. This is an off-camber corner, but I can move the tilt control with my foot to lean into it. But there isn't enough power to stand me back up. When I start moving forward, it sorts itself out. That's what happened here. It's broken. Got another couple of pieces on print to replace this broken piece, and I need to think of another solution. So what I'm going to need is a gear reduction. Where's it? Naseby CNC made me this little piece. The skateboard bearing will go in there. Put that in there, weld it all together. What's going on back here? A bit crooked. This is the setup we have now with this bicycle sprocket on here. Then these link arms, they go to these bars that have the caster wheels on them. The hoverboard motors drive them. And I've put a shock absorber back on just to slow it down a bit. You'll see it working soon. Straight away it keeps me level really easily. Wow, that is actually working really good. Oh no! I smashed my 360 camera. Oh. There we go, it'll still work. It's actually been raining really hard for a few days, and the ground is so soft that my jockey wheel just jammed totally in the ground. That's why I thought it wouldn't move. I can even do skids. What happened is the outside wheel dug into the ground and I flipped over. Yeah, the outside wheel is just dug in and ripped a humongous trench. Maybe if I was on some smooth concrete, it'd be really cool. I keep trying different setups to get it working better and better. Getting heaps more angle now. That's cool. Need a bit of a brace in here, it's flexing. Looky what I got here. Got myself a box in the mail. Time to carefully open this. What do we got here? This video's sponsor is PCBWay. Oh, look at this. Oh, this one's already got opened by the chainsaw. 3D printed aluminium. Oh yeah. These are all the plastic ones I've been going through. These ones have lasted a while. I did them 100% infill, but no doubt they'll break soon. PCBWay have amazing capabilities. CNC machining, PCBs, 3D printing, and a lot of materials, and the price is very good too. I just sent them the step file and they send the parts out to you. Really good for taking your projects to the next level. So, aluminium, 3D printed with a sandblast finish. These things are perfect. I've got an awesome sponsor now, so Really excited about the things I can do in the future. They also sent me some little presents which are really cool. A little ruler, and it's a demonstration of all the circuit board stuff they can make. I wish I knew how to design these because I'd be getting them to make some. I think this is 3D printed as well. I can see tiny little lines in there, but it's super clear. Okay, let's see if she fits. Looks like it's going to. If you guys want to put some of these in yourself, you need to get some longer bolts. These are M4 by 12 because it's got to reach through another layer. It's pretty slick, eh? It's going to work great. I've been doing some other modifications as well. I've got this to push on the sprocket because the link arms were bending it. Wow, that's working so good. I went for a ride on the road but accidentally left the roof open. It rode okay, but it got a bit wobbly as I went faster. I think the back wheel is not rounded off far enough over because I feel like I get stuck a little bit on the sides. So let's fix that again. Got heaps better shape to it now. I still need to do this side. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh no! Oh,
Something broken.
yeah, bent the arm.
Oh no.
We had a rollover here and we've crushed this tubing. I wish I made this out of a piece of pipe instead of tube. I thought it would be strong enough, but it is until you crash. The stabilizer arms were pretty bent by this stage. Well, it's cool and the balancing is working. It's just not quite working good enough. These wheels just dig into the grass. I mean, have a look at this side now.
Yes, but
Once you go real fast, it just balances and runs like a normal motorbike.
yeah.
It's really cool. People are looking at it when I'm driving around, but I want to see what a young kid thinks. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Press some buttons, tick the wheels. It's a quiet motor, it's an electric motor, but look what you can do. Do you want to have a go?
Whoa, this is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. So what you can do is twist that and it'll do a burnout. Okay, ready? That handle, you twist it really far. Is it right?
What do you think of that? Go one more
Do
time.
it again.
Oh.
You do this?
What?
It's a toy cyberbike. It's
Okay.
Is it cool?
Motorbike.
There is a link in the description to get this 3D print model. It will be free for the first 48 hours after the video release, then it will be $3 US to help support my project. If you don't have a 3D printer, don't worry, you can get PCBWay to print one for you. There'll be a link to that in the description as well. There are two sizes. I put 0.5 and 0.7, but you can scale it however you want. Same thing for this part here. They go on the hoverboard motors, they'll be in the description as well. The chain was rubbing on here, that's why it's made this strange pattern, so I've spaced it out another mil. These hoverboard motors are so powerful, they'd be great for an electric bike or something. So I'll leave a link to PCBWay if you want to print some of your own out of aluminium, or you could even do it out of titanium or anything you like really. The plastic ones do hold up pretty good though, so if there's not too much load on them, it'll be fine, but I was putting a lot of load on them. Thanks for watching, this is my longest video I've ever done. See you in the next one.